Hi everyone and welcome to Sew Against the Grain. My name is Mona. This video is going to be about my makes for November and December 2018. So I decided to combine November and December because I didn't make a ton in November. I only have 2 things on my list. And then by the time I got to December, I have 5 things. So I went ahead and put the months together. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the patterns that I used and the fabric that I used. And then I'll put up some photographs of me wearing the garments as well. In November, for the Cozy Cardi Challenge on Instagram, I made a Juniper cardigan by Jennifer Handmade. It's a really neat saddle sleeve, so it's got a really neat shoulder and sleeve construction. I made it out of a black knit, which is kind of like a ponte. It's kind of thicker. And so you can't really see the interesting seaming at the shoulder, but it's such a good cardigan. I wear it all the time. I've gotten a ton of wear out of it already. The cardigan, I didn't use buttons and I instead did some green cam snaps, which is kind of a nice pop of color on the cardigan. I really like it a lot. It turned out really well. And then the second thing I made in November is actually a blouse and a skirt. It's made out of a pumpkin quilting cotton that I got from Joann's, and it is a Butterick peasant blouse, and I'll put the pattern number up on the screen, and just a gathered DIRNDL skirt. And I actually put those together for what I wore to Thanksgiving this year, which was really fun. And then for December, I used the By Hand London Anna dress to make a madras dress. And madras is this really lightweight plaid fabric, and it's a traditional fabric used in India. And it's it feels very much like a homespun. It's got kind of that rougher texture. It's very light, 100% cotton, will be amazing in the summer in Arizona. And I actually, this was the first dress that I made handmade bias tape for. So I have some bias tape at the neckline of the dress, and I also have a little bias tape bow, which I put on the front of the bodice as well, which I'll show in the picture. The second thing I made in December was for the Little Red Dress project on Instagram as well. And this one was another kind of match set. I made a Butterick button-up blouse and a gathered DIRNDL skirt again, so very similar to my pumpkin outfit from November. I used a 30s reproduction print from Joann, and I'll put the pattern number and everything up on the screen so you can see it, but this one turned out really well. I've been really excited about sewing separates that are in a matching fabric recently, because I can get wear out of the skirt and wear out of the blouse. So I did that twice in the last couple of months, and I really like the idea. Vintage ladies did it all the time, but I really like the idea of kind of extending my wardrobe by being able to match the pattern skirt, so like the Little Red Dress project skirt with like a t-shirt even for something casual, or putting it with something like a black peasant blouse or something like that as well. Third in December was another By Hand London Anna dress, and this one was out of an octopus fabric, which I have been hoarding forever. It was designed by Tokyo Milk and produced by Free Spirit Fabric. So I've had the fabric forever. I saw it on Instagram. I was super inspired by the person who made a dress out of it, so I've had the yardage for quite a while, and I decided to sew it up. On the octopus dress, I did some bias tape at the neckline as well, which has just been such a clean, easy finish for necklines. I've been really happy with the way that's turned out. I also made a pair of pants in December. So I made Simplicity 8447 pants. So this is the Simplicity reproduction overalls that have been really popular recently. I made just the pants version. So they have a button up on the side. It's a really easy to construct kind of wide-legged 40s style pants. I did add some angled slash pockets to the pants as well, which I made too large because I was trying to avoid having to put buttonholes through that many layers of twill, and so the pockets gape open, so I added an extra buttonhole and a button, and I'm calling it a fashion choice instead of a mistake because the pockets are too big. I'm actually working on another pair of these pants, and I am instead doing the little patch pocket that comes with the pattern. Patch pockets on pants are not my favorite, but I'm gonna give it a try because the slash pockets just ended up just way too big on the dress, on this pants. So I wanna try something a little bit different on the next pair. I used a stretch twill that I picked up from Joann's Fabrics for the pants, and they're in navy. So my second pair is gonna be a mustard colored stretch twill pair of pants. So I'm really excited about those as well. The pattern was really great. Usually patterns for pants or anything that goes in my bottom half is way too long for me, so I'm not very tall, but these pants were actually the perfect height. So if you're thinking about making the pattern and you are anything over like 5'4", you're probably gonna need to lengthen the pattern or not do the cuff. And then the last thing I made was a MUSE JENNA cardigan. This was kind of an impulse make. I made it the day before I wore it. It was out of a Liverpool fabric that I had picked up a couple of weeks ago. The fabric was also a whim. I saw it on a table behind the cutting counter and I asked for 2 yards of it, but it's a really great cardigan and I used the cam snaps again on this one. That's been my favorite way to close up these cardigans recently. And that's it for my November and December makes, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! So in November, for the Cozy Cardi Challenge, I made a Juniper cardigan by... The second thing I made in December was for the Little Rest Red. And that is it for my